Most languages give you a for loop, a while loop, a do-while loop, and usually a couple more. Go has one loop keyword, for. That is not a limitation, for wears all of those hats depending on what you leave out of it. Learn its 4 shapes, and you have learned every loop in the language. Here are all 4, up front so you know where we are going. The 3-part form. Set something up, test it before each pass, and take a step after each pass. That is the classic counted loop. Drop the setup and the step. Keep only the test, and you have a while loop. Go just does not call it that. Drop the test as well, and you have a loop that runs forever, until something inside it breaks out. And the range form, which walks through a collection, one item at a time. Same keyword every time. The only thing that changes is how much of it you write. The 3-part form has, unsurprisingly, 3 parts, separated by semicolons. First, the setup. I starts at 0. That happens once, before anything else. Then the condition. Keep going while I is less than 5. This is checked before every single pass, including the first one. And then the step. I++ adds 1 to I, and it runs after each pass. So we get 5 lines. I is 0, up to I is 4. It stops at 5 because 5 is not less than 5. 2 small notes. Those semicolons are required here, and this is the one place in Go you routinely type 1. And I++ is a statement, not an expression. You cannot write x : I++ and capture the value the way you can in C. Go took that away on purpose, because it is a classic source of confusion. As always, no parentheses round any of it, and the braces are not optional. Drop the setup and the step, and keep just the condition, and 4 is a while loop. There is no while keyword in Go. This is it. You just write 4, then the condition. N starts at 1, and we double it while it is under 100. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. At 128, the condition is false, so the loop stops, and that is our answer. Notice that N is declared outside the loop this time. It has to be, because we want to use it after the loop has finished. Drop the condition 2, and you have 4 with nothing after it at all. That loops forever. Which sounds like a bug, but it is the standard shape for keep going until something happens. A server waiting for requests. A retry loop. Reading until the input runs out. You get out with break, which leaves the loop entirely, and carries on at the line after the closing brace. So we count up, and the moment count hits 3 we break out, with count sitting at 3. Break also works in the other 3 shapes. It is not special to the infinite one, where break leaves the loop altogether. Continue skips the rest of this pass and jumps straight to the next one. So here we walk from 0 to 9. If I is even, meaning the remainder when divided by 2 is 0, we continue. That means the print line below is never reached for an even number. It is skipped over. The odd numbers fall through to the print, so we get 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. This is a very common shape. Deal with the cases you do not want first, get them out of the way with continue, and let the interesting case fall through to the bottom. The 4th shape walks through a collection. We will meet slices properly in the next module, but the shape is worth having now. Range hands you 2 things on every pass, the index and the value at that index. So the first loop prints 0: Ada, 1: Grace, 2: Catherine. But very often you do not care about the index, and you cannot simply leave the variable out because remember, an unused variable is a compile error in Go. So you use the blank identifier. That underscore means there is a value here, and I am deliberately throwing it away. Now the second loop just prints the names. One thing worth knowing, though you cannot run it in this course, Since Go 1.22, you can also range over a plain number, writing for I range 3 to repeat 3 times. The in-browser interpreter here does not support that yet, so we stick to the classic 3-part loop for counting. It works everywhere. Loops go inside other loops, and the rule is simple. The inner loop runs all the way through, every single time the outer loop takes one step. So the outer loop picks a row, and then the inner loop runs across all 3 columns for that row. Each pass prints row times column, giving us a small times table. 1, 2, 3, then 2, 4, 6, then 3, 6, 9. The empty print ln at the end of the outer loop is what starts a new line after each row. It prints nothing but the new line. One warning worth hearing now. Break inside a nested loop only breaks out of the inner one, the loop it is actually in. It does not escape both. So here is the whole lesson in a sentence. There is one keyword, for. And what changes between the 4 shapes is simply how much of it you leave out. All 3 parts is a counted loop. Just the condition is a while. Nothing at all is a loop forever. And range walks a collection. 4 things to keep. For is the only loop keyword. There is no while, and you do not need one. Break leaves the loop entirely. Continue skips the rest of this pass and goes round again. Range gives you an index and a value, and the underscore is how you throw away the one you do not want. And a break inside nested loops only escapes the loop it is directly in. That really is every loop in Go. Your turn. Add up every whole number from 1 to 100 and print the total. Pause and write it. Here is the answer. Note the condition carefully. I less than or equal to 100, not less than. If you wrote less than, you would stop at 99 and be short by exactly 100. That is the single most common loop bug there is. Sum plus equals I is shorthand for sum equals sum plus I. Go has those compound assignments for all the usual operators. And the answer is 5050. That is looping in Go in its entirety. One keyword, 4 shapes, plus break, and continue to steer. Next up, switch, which in Go is more flexible than you are expecting, and quietly fixes the most notorious bug in C-style switches.